So, does your sleep get better while eating a carnivore diet? What have you experienced so far? Some people have difficulty sleeping, especially initially. Others sleep like a baby. That was the case for me. How about you? Let's talk about it. For most people on a carnivore diet, there is that transition period. We continue to talk about it. You're 3 weeks in, and you've probably gotten over most of the hurdles. If you haven't, there may be an area that you're still lacking in a little bit, and that's the sleep. So we're going to talk about a few things there. For me, sleep was amazing. I quickly transitioned to a fat-burning fuel, and I started sleeping like a baby. I really didn't do anything in particular to change intentionally for my sleep habits. And man, I could tell almost immediately my sleep was so much better. In fact, it was funny because for me, I distinctly recall and thinking it was very strange. I never dreamed. And I remember a couple of weeks in on carnivore, I started having these vivid dreams again. And it was wild. So I knew I was getting a lot better sleep. Plus, just waking up in the morning full of energy made a big, big difference. So why is it that you get better sleep on the carnivore diet?
What if you could completely change around how you breathe and how you sleep at night and even get off of CPAP just by changing how you eat? The basis of nutritional sciences in the United States and basically everywhere as a big part of that is a huge attack on health. It just is, because the fact of the matter is the recommendations for food are not for your health. It's really based on big business here.
Initially, a lot of times you're getting better sleep because a lot of people, again, find they're more satiated. They're not doing the midnight snacking, which is plenty of science out there to say if you eat right before bed, which a lot of people have their midnight snack or 10 p.m. I used to have a cup of coffee right before bed. You will not get into a good sleep rhythm. You may go to sleep, but you're not going to get into those deep sleep REM cycles that is so important for your body's healing.
You need to go to bed within 30 minutes of the same time every night. Just like getting that morning sun set your circadian rhythm, going to bed within 30 minutes plus or minus of the same time every night sets your circadian rhythm. This is it. We're done. We're going to sleep. We're losing consciousness, and that helps your body regulate your cycle and also to expect when bedtime is.
What is sleep? Why is it important?
Sleep is a way to repair the body and rejuvenate cells. I mean, so sleep is necessary for the health of the body in general terms. Sleep is your body resetting its software. Imagine when you sleep, it's like your body operating on itself to repair cells, to repair damage, to renew cells, to remove old cells.
Yeah, so sleep is recharging, re-energizing, refueling, rebooting your system. And there's a lot of importance to sleep. I've known several friends, and in fact, I've probably had the attitude myself that I can sleep when I'm dead. I don't need that much sleep. I was a night owl. I stayed up all hours of the night. I got up early. I dragged out of bed. I was sleepy through the day, but I could sustain. That's not the best for your body. And getting a great night's sleep and a deep sleep is so important. And there's so much new research coming out about stuff like this. It's very exciting. At the end of this video, I'm going to link, in fact, it'll be in the show notes, to a video from Dr. Barry. And I think it's great. He just lists off 10 different points. Here's a couple.
First thing in your morning, when you wake up, if you can find a way in your schedule to get 30 minutes of sunlight and exercise, that's going to set your internal clock, your circadian rhythm, so that your body knows, oh, that's when I'm supposed to wake up. Get ready for bed in a dark room. So maybe have a small red light bulb or just use the ambient light. But if you're getting ready for bed and the bedroom light's on full blast and the bathroom light's on full blast, there's actually lots of research that shows that this really mucks up your melatonin release and can essentially turn it off. So don't get ready for bed in a brightly lit bedroom or bathroom. That's not your friend. You don't want to do that.
But in this video, he lists out several great points that you can look at trying to make improvements in your sleep. Sleep is so critical to healing. And so if you can get a good night's sleep, you're going to find yourself waking up better in the mornings. A couple of things I've learned that make sleeping easier at night. It's so important to set yourself up for a good night's sleep. So you want to make sure you're doing those things correctly. Getting ready for bed, going through a routine. Timing is important, so making sure that you're going to bed at about the same time every night gets your body into a good cycle, and it knows when it's supposed to go to bed. Same thing with getting up in the mornings. If you can get up at the same time, and I love Dr. Berry's tip that you just listened to, getting up and making sure you get sunlight in for the first 30 minutes, that's so important to letting your body know that it's time to get up, time to wake up. And this is your circadian rhythm. There's a lot more cool videos about circadian rhythm and how you can get into a better rhythm. But a lot of it is just routine, making sure you do the same thing over and over again when possible. All right, another great tip that I've heard, and quite frankly, for those of you who may not be sleeping very well right now, you've heard me say it a bunch of times, you may be not getting enough fat.
Also, like getting, fat adapted and things like that. This takes sort of a varying amount of time. Some people, for me, it was just right away. Like I just felt awesome. Day one, I just felt better and better and better, every day that I did this. And that's not the same for everybody. It takes a varying amount of time. It can go from days to weeks, generally not more than weeks. But that can be another thing. And then, so that's just something you just have to wait out and you just have to see. The other one is,
and like you might feel crummy, you might feel really low energy, and you're kind of like craving like a bit of sugar, but you kind of do need to just keep eating and wait it out.
Yeah, just keep plugging away. You will get through that episode, that period, and it's not all that long. It doesn't take all that long. And the other one is like not eating enough fat. Everyone goes like, well, I must be eating enough fat because basically I'm eating, twice as much fat as I've ever eaten in my entire life. So, to them, it's a significant amount of fat. But it's not always enough. Like I eat just ungodly amounts of fat now compared to my former life.
Do you have some major sleep issues like sleep apnea? Do you have one of those machines? My brother did. He was ready to get rid of it. Here's what he has to say.
I, for one, loved this because after just a few nights, some people say a few nights, I think more like a few weeks for me. But I stopped snoring almost immediately. About a month in, I kind of realized that I no longer needed my sleep apnea machine. That CPAP machine goes on your face. Some people are okay with it and it's comfortable for them. I was one that would get frustrated in the middle of the night and pull it off my face, just frustrated that I let myself get to that point. And, when I was at the doctor and the doctor said there's a couple ways to fix sleep apnea, one of them was weight, that resonated with me. And as I knew I was going to be losing weight on the carnivore diet, that was just an almost immediate benefit. And so I know those of you out there that have those CPAP machines and are struggling there, this is something that carnivore cures. And this is one of those that carnivore cures quickly. If you're true to your carnivore diet, not adding anything else in, stick to your BBBE, you will notice a difference quickly. A lot of the inflammation's in your face, and that seems to drain first. As you start healing, fortunately, it starts in the face and the throat, at least for a lot of people. Somebody that this has happened to, and somebody that is so thankful not to be wearing that CPAP machine again, give it a shot. If this is something that you're struggling with, I can promise you, maybe there's a rare case out there that it doesn't fix, but anybody I know that's tried has stopped snoring and has stopped needing the use of a CPAP machine.
Initially he told me when I did my sleep study that I had one of the worst cases of obstructive sleep apnea that he had ever seen.
Wow.
I guess the scale is from 0 to 30. He said I was at 62. So he said, basically, you stop breathing once a minute. And that really terrified me. But now, according to the app, I'm only having one event per night on average.
Wow.
It'll come back if you decide to treat this as a 30-day thing and then move on back to the standard American diet. What did heal will come back. So, like I like to say, this is a lifestyle change. Nothing tastes as good as feeling healthy feels. Remember that. I had that in some of my earlier videos, but that was my mantra last year, was nothing tastes as good as feeling healthy feels.
Now, I know you just heard some advice, but disclaimer for my brother and for myself, this is not medical advice. Always work with your doctor before throwing your sleep apnea machine in the trash or returning it. Make sure you do things correctly with your doctor's advice.
And if you were to ask me how a carnivore diet leads to improved nighttime breathing and improved sleep quality, it is going to be these 4 factors. So when we're talking about the different myths and the different mistakes and how to implement a carnivore diet in just a few moments, you want to keep these main mechanisms in mind, because this is what allows fundamentally a carnivore diet to help with sleep apnea. This will lead to weight loss, which if you're overweight, obviously will reduce the pressure on your neck and your airway anatomy so that it's more likely to be open and breathing is easier. You're going to have lower inflammation. And when you have more inflammation in your airway, it's going to narrow down a little bit. And then that will make it harder to breathe, and more likely you're going to have an obstruction. Additionally, improving insulin sensitivity. And insulin is the hormone in your body that allows glucose to go into your cells and metabolism to work properly. When you have better insulin sensitivity, this allows better blood sugar levels. And then both of those together will lead to better nighttime breathing and then also improved sleep quality. And the huge benefit of these 3 on the right is that you don't need to wait till you have actual weight loss to start having the benefits of a carnivore diet or any other diets that lead to these 4 intermediaries.
So again, as always, I'm not the expert on this, but I've done a lot of research. I listen to a lot of videos and I hear things. Do I need to practice them? Absolutely. And one of the things that I really do a poor job of is watching TV before I go to bed. That blue light, it's on all the time. Unfortunately, we're all getting to be creatures of habit, being on the phone, watching TV. It's not good getting us ready for bed. So I would encourage you to listen to some of the advice. I'm going to start trying to incorporate some more of that. I recently spent a weekend with Dr. Lisa Wiederman, and one of the things that she just is adamant about is making sure we're putting the right lights into our eyes. And at night, she tries to turn every light off in the house. She goes by candlelight or some kind of little soft light and says it makes an incredible difference for your eyes. It also gets you your circadian rhythm going again so that you can actually go to sleep and get into a deep sleep fast. There's something to it. A lot more research that can be done. I'm going to link a few videos that are in here that help detail a lot better than I can do on some tips, some tricks to have better sleep. But sleep is incredibly important. You need to recharge. You need to heal your body. It's a system reset every night. And if you do it right, then your next day set up for success.
So sleep is obviously vital. Imagine when you sleep, it's like your body operating on itself to repair cells, to repair damage, to renew cells, to remove old cells.
So again, just with my tips, my tricks, my words of encouragement, you're not going to get every answer from our videos, but hopefully it's a starting place. And if this is something that impacts you, do some more research. There's plenty of information on YouTube. Start looking it up on YouTube. Figure out some reasons and some whys and some things you can change that maybe get you into better sleep habits. There's definitely been some people who've struggled with insomnia, not sleeping at night, and they've done a lot of things to help correct that. So I would encourage you to, again, get in a community, ask the questions, make sure you're partnering with other experts that have been doing this for a long time, and you'll find some great healing from getting a good night's sleep. All right, thanks again for watching. Again, we appreciate it. Looking forward to our next couple of topics. We are getting closer and closer to the end of this 30-day challenge. How are you doing? Are you staying strong? You can do this. We're excited for you. Keep commenting. Let us know how it's going. We'd love to get to hear more from the viewers that are getting something out of these tips and tricks, and we hope you are. We'll continue praying for you. Take care. God bless. Gracious and loving Father, I come to you today seeking your healing touch. You are the great physician, the source of all life and restoration, and I place my trust in your unfailing love, Lord. You know every part of me, every wound, every pain, every burden I carry. I ask that you pour out your healing power upon me. Heal my body, Lord, from all sickness and disease. Restore strength to my bones and vitality to my spirit. Where there's pain, bring comfort, and where there is brokenness, bring wholeness. Heal my mind, Lord, From worry, anxiety, and doubt, replace my fears with your peace that surpasses all understanding. Renew my thoughts and help me to focus on your promises and hope and victory. Heal my heart, Lord, from any hurt and bitterness. Fill me with your love, forgiveness, and compassion, that I may also extend these to others. Father, I trust in your perfect timing and plan for my life. If my healing takes time, grant me patience and perseverance. Let my faith grow stronger as I wait upon you. Thank you, Lord, for being my refuge and my strength. I know that you are always with me, holding me in your hands. May my life testify to your goodness and mercy. In Jesus' name, I pray. Amen.